Alright, where we left off on the last video, we had just made the carpenter's workshop, and you hit Q for, where is that again? Yeah, set building task preferences, and you use your directional keys to go over to it, and we saw that this carpenter workshop needed profile requires a manager. I know there's some workshops that don't need a manager, but it's not that hard to make one. It just saves time for later. So hit escape to back out of that, and you'll see this button right here, Nobles and Administrators. Hit N to go into that. Yeah, you see who our expedition leader is. You can change to a different expedition leader if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. The game just automatically chooses what it sees as the best person. But if you use the arrow keys and go down to manager, which is what we want, hit enter, and here we have the list of our dwarves so far. Using the arrow keys to scroll down through, you see that for manager, our miner has no relevant skills. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So for manager, I'll just make the doctor. Just you can make it one of your miners. I typically, yeah, I mean pretty much you can make it anyone you want if it says no relevant skills. I'm just gonna make it our doctor. No, I'm gonna make it our leader. Anyway. So now that we have a manager set, you see that this red thing here says require. If you hit enter, you see holdings no office needs meager office. This is what he wants because he's a manager and an expedition leader. So we're gonna get to starting to make an office and such with our carpenter's workshop. So hit Q again and go over here, and you'll see right here A, add new task. So just hit A once this is flashing in carpenter's workshop, and it'll come up with a list here. You can use the plus and minus to go through this, or if you know what you're making, you can use one of these. So the first thing we'll want to make is a chair so we can make an office for our manager and our expedition dwarf. So if we go down to construct wooden chair, and that is now it's up here in the Q menu. So since we only have one noble right now, we're only going to need one office. So the rest we are going to make, let's see here, let's make 3 beds. So you can either hit B, or you can come down to where the construct bed is, and we're just going to make 3 of those, and you can just hit escape to back out of that. Your carpenter is eventually going to come over here and take a log from here, bring it here, make it, and then put it over here. So you know how we already have a stockpile for wood. Now we're going to make a stockpile for furniture. So go to, what was it, P? Yeah, just hit P for stockpile, and then hit U for furniture storage. Use your directional arrows to change how big that is. Just going to make it that big. As you see, that tree is in the way, but that doesn't matter right now. So whenever our carpenter dwarf makes something, he'll take it from here, and someone else, probably not him until he's done making all this stuff, will move it to a square on here. So now we will go, actually just right now, hit escape. I'm just going to tell our carpenter, or our woodcutter dwarf, just to get more trees. I mean, if he's just going to be standing around, might as well have him do. So yeah, we're just going to get some of these trees. And the game's paused, so whenever I unpause it, it's probably going to have like a 1-second little delay because I just started this up again. but I'm gonna go down, and that's shift and then the right arrow to go down into our base. Oh yeah, our dwarves are still mining out our base, so I'll watch them. Now actually I will go up and yeah, look. Here, let me pause. There were already some furniture things or things that count as kind of like goods, and our dwarves, as you saw, just moved some stuff like the anvil, this bag, 2 buckets, another bag, third bag, and there's one of the chairs that he just made. And whenever a workshop has a person at it, they'll grab the closest resource that they can. So it depends on what kind of log they pick is what kind of chair that is. So yeah, whenever he's done, you'll see him go over and pick up another one. Whenever I see the miner dwarves come up out of here, I'm gonna start designating more stuff to get mined. I have struck mica, yay! Huh. Yeah, as you just saw, because I was on a ice map, all the ice just melted, and now it is water, which gives me a perfect time to explain about water. This 7 is the amount of water that is in that one square. If we go down a level, you see that there's also water there, and there's probably not water right there. Yeah, they're because we can see this, you know, if you go up to the water and you look down, you can like see the bottom of it. So we can see where the bottom of the water is, but I'll talk about water later whenever I get on farming. But yeah, anyway, so the 7 just means that there's 7 amounts of water. So if there was this one square of water right here, and I would dig out 7 or like 6 squares here, each one would have a 1. But of course, because of evaporation, it'll happen, and some of them will go away. But anyway, you see we have our chair, one of our beds, so he's in there right now making our other bed. So I'm gonna go down and check on the miners. They're almost done. I'm going to just hit D for designations. Mine is already selected, and I'm going to build the first office. You just need a small room. Actually, yeah, here. If you ever want to cancel a designation, I'm not sure if I ever said this yet, hit X, and then you can just get rid. I just want to have a door like that. So this is just a small little office for you know, manager, for our manager, and we're gonna put a door here and then the chair here, so it's like a nice little room for him. So pretty much all I talked about in this tutorial was the carpenter's workshop and the nobles and admins. In the next one, I'll start working a little bit more on more the fortress rather than the workshops. So, alright.